You need the experience before you pop your clogs. I'm just saying that. I'm fully winging it and hoping that you can hear this right and that it's not fuzzy in background. If you're a knitter or a crocheter, then I assume that you enjoy hand-dyed yarn, or you would like to enjoy hand-dyed yarn. So this is where I come in. Ta-da! This is all going to be available this week or next week. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk through it all and tell you what fibre contents, tell you names of each colourway, and then you'll know what you're in for when you come to look at my website in a few days' time. That's undyed stuff, ignore. No, that's unspun stuff, ignore that. The concept of the collection is that it's centred around things that are extravagantly minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but things that keep the world turning and things that we don't necessarily see. But if you think about things like pollination and us not being able to survive without bees, little small wonders, and also I've taken into account some small wonders that you lot have commented on an Instagram post that I put up asking about your small wonders and things that are extravagantly minuscule to you. So this collection is centred around that. I've got small suris, I've got big suris, 50 gram being big. I've got a Merino boucle new base. I've got a Mohair loop, like a Mohair boucle, that's also a new base. And let's get into it, shall we? So I'll start with Merino boucle. I reckon this might be my favourite colourway, but I'm going to say that about a lot of them, I reckon. The first one is called Grandma's Garden. More so my nan's garden and all the flowers that she's had in it this year, but Grandma's Garden just sounded better, so I called it Grandma's Garden. This is just flowers. If you think about, it's a nice blue, it's a nice clear day and there's no clouds in the sky, and you sat in your grandma's garden or your nan's garden, your nanny's garden. You sat in the garden and you've got something good to eat. You sat having some toast or something with a cuppa. You're feeling warm, you're feeling cosy. The sun is blazing, all the flowers are in bloom. You've got bees landing on the flowers, lilies, petunias. This is Merino boucle, so this is 100% Merino. This is 100% superwash Merino, so the colours took right nice to it. Considering the environmental factors of superwash, I have done a very limited quantity in this drop. I've got 8 at most. Oh, stunning. Imagine a jumper in this. And I hope you can hear me right. We're not going to know, are we? Next one, this is circularity. Because it's a solid colour in my head, it's almost spherical and circular fashion, all that shite. Not shite, very important. But this is a deep blue. I spent so much time dyeing this to get the perfect blue that I wanted. Imagine another jumper with this, with some duplicate stitching on front, or maybe you've got an accent neckline. Or cuffs. Beautiful base and such a striking blue. So that's that. Next, this one is this one. I actually can't remember what this is called. This one is koi, and you know why it's called koi. You can just tell from looking at it. It's got bright fluoro orange, purples, limey greens, light greens, bits of blue. Tell me that's not a koi fish in a pond. That's also, so these are all 100% superwash merino boucle DK weight 2. This one is in a similar colourway, but it is from a different dye lot. So this one has got brown. I think I used some of Mary's jacquard dyes for this instead of using solely my Dharma dyes. I am a Dharma lass through and through, but I enjoyed using the jacquard dyes, I did. Because I've been wanting a brown for ages, and Mary had one in a little set, so use some brown, orange, blue, got lime green, light blue, light green, yellow, copper, darker blue. This is Kate and Bay, where me, Mary, Kurt and Tom went for Mary's birthday, and we camped next to water, literally like slap bang next to water. Very nice. This one were in the same dye pan as this, but they came out completely different. They're very similar, but they're all different dye pans, so I can't advertise them as the same colourway, even though they were in the same dye pan, just because they've turned out so different. This one is purples, mint colours, copper, yellows, lilac, brown. You can see, I'm explaining colours, but you can see the colours from looking at the yarn. I may as well just go like this and send out, because you don't really need an explanation because of how good it is. This one, I can't remember what I've called it. Anyway, you know it's a purple. If you like look at it and you want to buy it, you know that it's going to be a solid purple, so you can keep an eye out. Next up, new base alert, new base alert. We've got Mohair boucle loop, wherever you want to call it. Gorgeous. I've got 2 of these, 4-leaf clover it's called. It's predominantly green, but it's got tinges of copper, brown, almost mushroom, mycelium colours. I feel like I'm known partly for my colour, partly for my use of texture, and I get a lot of people saying that they want to incorporate texture. How do I incorporate texture properly? You just get something like this and just bang it in there. Just get that and put it in your project, and it'll turn it up a notch or 10. There's no secret. You get this, you pair it with colours that goes well with it, you just slap it in there and hope for the best, and that's what I do. Put some beads on it or something. Job's a good one. This one is Beneath the Trees, and this rainbow one of a kind, one of its kind, which this one, this one, and these are also all one of its kind, so you've got something that is completely unique to you, because there is no possible way to dye another yarn the exact same way as that. Next, I'll just do these 2 merino slub. I think I called this Clean Sheets. Self-explanatory. Getting into bed after your sheets have been cleaned. Did that last night, missing. Gorgeous. And they smell fresh. And even better if they've been hanging outside. They smell like outside, which, if there's a fire or something, obviously that's not going to be good. But usually it smells like the air. It makes it crisp. So this is Clean Sheets, and it were originally called Thistle, but then I was like, I don't even know what a thistle is, to be honest. It's merino slub, 90% merino, 10% nylon. that is that. Next base. This has been a base that I've carried from start, I think. 100% Chunky Baby Alpaca. I get so many good comments about this base and it warms my heart more than you can imagine. Basically, the consensus of what everyone says is that it's the softest yarn that they've ever worked with, it's the softest yarn that they've ever felt, and I can double down on that. I've not even used this in a project myself yet because I know that it's just going to fly off shelves when I pour it up. It's 100% baby alpaca in a chunky way, but not so chunky that it becomes bulky, chunky in a way that is still just squishy, would give you such a nice drape. Oh my god, stunning. First up is, what have I called this? This is my first like proper pastel colourway that I didn't mean to dye, it just came out like this and I actually liked it. I'm not really a pastel woman, but maybe this could turn me into one. I feel like I should stop explaining colours, it's a bit patronising to assume that you just can't see colours. Or maybe I should. Light green, light green, light pink, blue, purple, rose gold, pink, mint green. And I can't quite articulate the sensory heaven. No, the sensory experience. This is the same for the suri, by the way. I can't quite explain the sensory euphoria that this base provides. Every crocheter or knitter needs to experience this base, even if it's not from me, which if it's not from me, no. This is Anthozoa. Yeah, that's what I've called it. I can't remember what I called that, but that's the only pastel one, so it'll be easy identifiable. And I'm going to share a preview and all before, so you can have a look. This is Anthozoa, 100% baby alpaca again. It's just gorgeous. It's like a treasure chest of colours. It's pretty much every colour. But what's nice about this one is you've got your bright pops of colour like this blue, this pink, purple. But then half of it is also muted browns and kind of dirty colours. And it just gives it such a nice balance. The greens and stunning. This is Sapling. These also look different colourways kind of, but they are from the same dye pan, so if you see these two together in a picture, which you will, and you want one over the other, if you leave a comment on your order, then I will try my best to favour the one that you want if it's possible. If not, you will just have to get the other one. But if you're quick and you're speedy, then I'll be able to favour one over the other. These are the last two chunky alpaca skeins. These are both one of its kind. They look so nice together. This one is mallard. It's got bits of green in. And I've been going down to Res a lot lately and kind of forming a connection with ducks. It only felt right to call it mallard. This one is what have I called this? I don't know what I've called this one. It's stunning anyway, as are all others. Last but certainly not least, this is the base that I've dyed the most for the drop. And I've got 20 gram skeins of it and I've got 50 gram skeins of it, and it's a baby suri silk. Let me tell you, I know we're on about the chunky alpaca being the softest yarn you've ever worked with, but this is on par with that. It could even take first place, or it comes in a very close second. I'll let you decide. So it's 74% baby alpaca, 26% mulberry silk, and if you have not felt mulberry silk, then you've not lived. You need the experience before you pop your clogs. I'm just saying that. So I've got 5 sets of 5 20-gram skeins. First up is a mint green solid, which is just stunning, and I'm really pleased with how much I've actually dyed some solids this time, because a lot of time I just want every single colour under the sun on there, and it goes variegated. Sometimes it goes muddy, not that much, but for me to do a solid and to just put one colour in dye pan, put that in and then just leave it, takes a lot of willpower. So I'm proud of all the solids that I've done. It's not a lot, but it's progress. So this is first done, 20-gram skeins each, and you get 120 metres per 20 grams. So you're getting bang for your buck, or for your Great British Pound. This is same colour, but in 50-gram skeins. So I've got 2 50-gram skeins of them if you're wanting them for a bigger project. This is just, I've got someone eyeing these up and they keep asking me if it's up for sale yet, and I said no, not yet, but I'll let you know when it is. So I've got a feeling this is going to fly off shelves. It's a really beautiful mixture of orange, brown, green, yellow, bits of pink, reddy tinges running throughout it, and this is called mycelium. I know that I wanted to centre a colourway around mycelium and different mushrooms, and just knowing how beneficial mushrooms are for your health and the world. Every square inch of ground that you step onto, you are stepping on top of a mycelium network underneath the ground. Next colourway is actually a collab. Next colourway is actually a collab with my very, very, very good friend Mary Farrow. Shout out Mary. I just need to do a bit of sussing here because I've got 2 that are right similar. This is collab. Oh my god. So what we did is we put the yarn in dye pan, and then I did a step and I said I'm done. I either said I'm done or I want to add more. So I did my step, left it, she did her step, I did my step. So we were just building on top of it for about 10 minutes, and then one of us had to call when it were done. And that's a hard thing for me. I was the one to call it done as a challenge to myself to not overwork into something and then end up ruining it, which is something that I tend to find that I do quite a lot. Well, not ruin it, but overwork it too much. So this is a colourway that we ended up with. It's just gorgeous. I don't really need to say that much about it. And suri always takes to the core, the silk core, so nicely. It always ends up being really golden and silky and just, it's just lovely. And then when these sell, me and Mary are going to split the money in half, which will be right nice, because we did it together. This is quite similar to one that I just showed you, but after it is green, you can kind of see that most of the colour resides on the bottom, and then up top it's green and yellows. This is called Water Lilies. It just reminded me of Moni's Water Lilies. And this colourway pays homage to that. So that would be beautiful in a project. You get the alternating colours between green and the blues and the pinks and the yellows. And then the last 20 gram colourway is in... Oh, I forgot to tell you, the one me and Mary dyed is called Skimming Rocks. Last 20 gram skein colourway is this, and I've also forgot the name of this. I'm so bad. I literally named them about 2 days ago, so I can't beat myself up too much. But what I was saying with the core, if you look at that, you can see it's got a right silky blue silk core, and it adds a lot. It'd add a very subtle dimension to your project, but a stunning one at that. Look, 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 look. And you get so much yardage for just a 20 gram skein because it's so thin. It's a heavy lace weight yarn. And then last two, this is Artemis, this is Lemongrass. They're right similar. When I was taking pictures of this for website, I actually got them mixed up. And I was taking pictures like this because they are so similar. But one has got a lot of clay, natural clay like colours, and then other one has not got so much of that. It's more tinges of pink. It's got more tinges of pink and faint greens. I should be wrapping this up, I reckon. So these are all 50 gram each. It's the same fibre content as the 20 gram ones. That is all the yarn, and I'm so pleased with how every single colourway has come out. And the hand spun skeins that I've spun for the drop are there. I might do another little video, a short one, before the drop goes live. We'll see, but also there's not that many, so it could just be a surprise for that website. Yeah, I really hope you can support me in this drop, and that you find something that you rate. Like, if you know that you are wanting to buy something, I'm pretty sure it will be live Friday or Monday, either Friday or Monday, because I'm working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I can either put it live Friday and then let orders come in of at weekend while I'm at work and then start packing Monday, or I can work, get everything sorted and then not have to think about that, and then put it live Monday, and then I'll have the week, next week, through midweek, I can pack up then. So it'll either be Friday or Monday. Quick Q&A. I use Dharma dyes. I buy my yarn wholesale from Chester Wool Company, but there's a minimum of 5 kilograms per wholesale order, and that can be split across 5 different bases, so 1 kilogram for each base, or you can have 5 kilograms of the same base, or you can have 2 kilograms of one base and then 3 kilograms of another base. Keep an eye out on my Instagram, because that's where I'll be sharing most information, and I'll be confirming dates, etc, etc. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you loved looking at all my yarn that I've dyed. So yeah. Bye!